everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Kanikapila. We're gonna have a load of fun. Welcome to our Monday Night Live Jam, where we go to 5-1. What was that? It is 2-5-1. Welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing well and having a fab evening so far. So welcome to tonight's live jam. We've got loads of exciting things in store for you tonight. We're going to look at the 2-5-1 combination, what on earth it is, how it works, and I'll show you. And then we're going to work out some beautiful pop songs by ear. One of the main things I want to show you tonight really is the fact that a lot of people think of 2-5-1 combinations as quite a kind of scary jazz combination. It makes you think of jazz and very difficult music, but actually they're really used throughout pop music as well over the decades. So we're going to do some brilliant pop songs, all based on the 2-5-1 progression. So I hope you're all keeping well. Let's see who's here and how you're doing. There we go. Stormy in Wisconsin. Oh no! There we go. You've got nice things to look forward to though, eh, Lisa? That's the way to think about it. Hi, Barbara. Ready, steady. Looking forward to the 2-5-1s. Oh, brilliant. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Barbara. Oh, cool. Hiya. Oh, no, that's a shame. It might be your printer. I'm not aware of any problems. I don't know if everyone else managed to print them off okay. I'm trying to think what that could be if it's misaligned, to be honest. Just check that you've got the A4 settings on your printer and everything. You can always download them to a laptop or have them on screen as well. But I'll bring them up on screen for you today anyway, so you don't need to panic. We'll have the songs on as well. And a beautiful day in Texas. Oh, amazing. Oh, hope you're all keeping well. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Fran. Hi, Lisa. Hi, guys. So, let me show. Oh, I just sent a photo. I'm just going to see. It could, yeah, it could. I don't know whether it could be an issue with the printer or something. I'm not sure, to be honest. But you can, could always download them. Right. I was just going to bring in this photo that I took literally 10 minutes ago when I was on my way back from the facilities tonight, just to prove that the sun is shining here in the UK. Come on, why is that not working? If you haven't downloaded the sheets, there's still plenty of time, guys, so you can grab them and download them and have a print of them now. There's also the scales and reference charts, which you might find quite useful. I'll talk to you about that when we have a look at our first song. But I think because the chords are relatively simple tonight, I think you'll probably be fine with the ones on screen anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. Let me just move a couple of things and we'll get going. There we go. This doesn't want to. My computer's playing up. Ah, there we go. That seems to have done it. Fran, you might be stuck on my screen forever. I can't seem to move the comment at the moment. It's not the worst thing in the world. So it's all fine. There we go. So just whilst I'm trying to sort out these tech problems, for some reason everything's got a bit stuck. Let me show you what the 2-5-1 combination is and how it works. So basically, oh, there we go. So basically a 2-5-1 combination in any key just means we take the second chord followed by the fifth chord and then the 1 chord. And each one of those has its own kind of personality, if you like. So the important thing is the 2 chord, let me bring in my close cam. Where's it gone? Let me just do that. Sorry guys, technical issues all playing up a bit tonight. Let me just get rid of this. Get my camera on. Hopefully this should give us a close up. Yeah, there we go. Hi Stefan. Hi John. Cool. Oh John, you managed to get on the comments. That's fantastic. That's good. John was asking how to get in the live comments earlier in the week, so that's good to know. Hope you're keeping well. Hi Jenny. Oh, found hope. Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be brilliant. It'd be nice to see Peter. Oh, amazing. Fantastic. Oh, nice to see everyone doing so well. Brilliant. There we go. Fran, I got rid of you. Now you're back. There we go. Cool. Yeah, John lives just down the road in the Forest of Dean, just down the road from me, and it's, yeah, lovely, lovely part of the world where we are, isn't it, John? Although I'm a little bit biased. Okay, right, here we go. Sorry, guys, I think I've sorted out my problem now. Let me just do these, and then hopefully, if I do this, let's see. No, that's not correct. That's fine. Okay, so let's have a look at these 2-5-1 combinations then. So, if we think of a chord, if we think of a key as a series of chords or a series of notes, we can count up from. Oh, there we go. Now it's just randomly shown. This is a picture I wanted to show you earlier of outside. That's a view from my window here. I've got roses and a beautiful hill, so the sun is shining tonight. I put that on my screen about half an hour ago, and then finally it's showing. Honestly, wonders modern technology. So we think of a key as 7 notes. In the key of C, which is the one we're going to start with tonight, we would have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and we can give each of those a chords. The natural chords that turn up in every key we call the diatonic chords. It just means the natural ones that are built from skipping notes in any key. Oh, hi Karen, you made it. Woohoo! So when we play those chords, the first, the fourth and the fifth are played as major chords. Okay, so that'd be C, F and G. Those are the major chords in the key of C. Then the 2, the 3 and the 6 are played as minor chords. So in the key of C major, that's D minor, E minor and A minor. And then finally the 7th is a bit of an unusual one. That's played as a diminished 7th chord. And we can play those chords as 3-part chords, like a normal D minor, a normal C and a normal F. Or we can play them as 4-part chords and we turn them into 7ths. And that's what we generally always did with jazz music, but it seeps into pop music as well. So we're going to play the 2 chord D minor as a D minor 7 like this. Okay, so just your normal D minor, which is like an F chord with this ring finger added here to the 2nd fret of the C string. Hi Steve. And then your little finger here on the 3rd fret of the A string, like so. That's a D minor 7 now, because we've added the 7th note from the key of D, okay? Now this chord, the 2 chord in the key of C, really wants to go to a G7, which is the 5 chord in the key of C. And it's all down to this note here, the 7th note of your D minor 7, which just means this C note here. Because it's only half a step away, which just means 1 fret, it really likes to go to this B note, which is the 3rd of a G7. Don't worry too much about terminology. Just think of it that this note in D minor 7 wants to go to this note in the G7. And as we always talk about in Kanikapila all the time, a dominant 7th chord always wants to resolve down to the 1 chord. So a G7 wants to go to a C chord. Okay. That's for 2 reasons, because this B note quite likes to go back half a step here. But also this F note in the G7 goes to the E note in the E. So the long story short is that a D minor 7 always likes to lead into a G7, which likes to lead into a C major 7 or a C chord. Okay. And that's your 2-5-1. So quite simply, 2-5-1. And you can do that in any key. So for instance, if we were in, let's say the key of F. So in the key of F, we would have G would be the 2 chord, right? And we could play that as a G minor 7. Then the 5 chord, F, G, A, B flat, C, would be C. We could play that as a C7. And then a 1 chord would be F. 2, 5, 1. And composers have worked out that these beautiful 2-5-1 combinations, they work in any key. They just sound absolutely fantastic. And it's the the bedrock of many, many hits. Probably the most famous use of 2-5-1s in early blues and jazz was Honeysuckle Rose. Every honeybee fills with jealousy when they see you out with me. Goodness knows my honeysuckle rose. Something like that, right? It's just 2-5-1 combinations again and again, and then going to the one. Oh, hi Charlotte, good to see you. Good to see you. It looks like my glitches are over as well, guys. So thanks for your patience at the start. All I wanted to do was bring one photo on the screen. It seemed to freeze everything up. So that's our 2-5-1 combination. Now, sometimes that's just a little snippet of a song, but sometimes that's a whole song. And amazingly, let's have a look at the first one. Our first song tonight, which we're going to do Sunday Morning by Maroon 5. I'm not a massive Maroon 5 song, but not a massive Maroon 5 fan, but this song is a great example of how a 2-5-1 can work, and you can build an entire song off it, which is exactly what Maroon 5 did. Because they played this on the piano, they extended these chords out a little bit more. So the original is actually a D minor 9, followed by a G13, followed by a C major. But it doesn't sound as nice on ukulele. No matter how you arrange your fingers, it doesn't sound as nice as just the good old 2-5-1. All right, so we're going to do it the way it sounds best on ukulele, which is D minor 7, G7, C major 7. So just a quick reminder, D minor 7, D minor with your little finger added, G7, just pivot on that down here, and then finally C major 7, looks like a C chord, but just moved back a fret to here. And the nice thing is, you'll see, look, you can just keep this ring finger down. So 2, 5, 1. Now normally I would teach you the verse and then the chorus and then the bridge, maybe a solo. Well, we don't need to do any of that because this is the entire song. The verses are that chord combination, the choruses are that chord combination, and the instrumental is that chord combination as well. So we don't need to do anything more. What we will do is I'll just show you a strum pattern. If you're interested, Karen's done some brilliant, fascinating facts in the back of your sheets this week, all about Maroon 5 and how this song came about, which is really, really interesting. It's from 2004, this one, off their album. I'm looking it up to make sure I get the right one. Yeah, Songs About Jane, and this song only reached number 27 in the UK, which I was quite surprised about. Some brilliant, fascinating facts. And how good are Esther's pictures? I mean, look at that hand-drawn picture, absolutely sublime. So thanks, Esther. So let's have a look at a little strum pattern for this one. We're going to keep it really simple. We're generally just going to do straight 4s. Now, these measures are quite quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. No worries, John, by the way. And all we're going to do is add what I like to call a little up skip after the 4. I'll show you what I mean. So with this hand, first of all, we're just going to strum 1, 2, 3, 4. To get that chucking noise, I'm just putting my fingers on the strings but not pressing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Now all I want you to do is after the 4th down, just touch the strings on your way back up. You've got to come back up for the next down right anyway. Okay, so down, 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 up, down, 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 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And you guys know I like to think about things phonetically. I would think of that as walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running. Let's see if we could go a little bit faster. Walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running. Okay, now that's basically it. Walk, 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 running. If the up skip throws you out and it makes you tense and you kind of find yourself locking up, just do the down strums and you'll be absolutely fine. All right, so we're just going to go round and round like this. Notice we stay on that C major 7 for 2 measures. And we literally just go round and round. Sunday morning, rain is falling. dancing moments unforgettable. You twist to fit the mold that I knew. And so on and so forth. And the chorus just do exactly the same thing, only the melody becomes even simpler. You may be all I need. Just like that. In darkness she is all that I see. Come rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. How chilled is that, right? Just really simple, same chords over and over. Now we're going to do a little instrumental after the second chorus, which is the bit that just goes, all I need. And you can have a go at doing a little solo using the C major pentatonic scale. So the nice thing about the C major pentatonic scale is it's your open A string and all your dots. That one there, that one there, that one there, that one there, and you can even do these two up here. If you're into your notes, that gives you A, C, D. Oh, it's just a bit distracted, got a red kite outside. E, G, it's fighting with a buzzard. A, and then we go to another C up here. Okay. You can also play your open E string, and you can do most of your dots on this string, but just avoid this one because it's a B note. We need to go up here if you're playing the notes on this string. So notice that gives you these nice little, you could do 3, 5, 3, 5. You could do off 3, off 3. And you can even go down to this low C string and do open and 2, that's C, D. But if in doubt, just hit those dots. I'll give you an example, so you can just, I'll do it a bit simple at start and then go a little bit more for it. Maybe an E string. So on and so forth. Okay, so sorry that's a bit clangy, that backing track, but you can just have a little play around when we're getting into the instrumental. If in doubt, just keep strumming with me. That's it for this one, so we can launch straight into our first song, which is fantastic. I'll come in on close camera so you can see what I'm doing with my fingers, you can see what chord I'm on, and we'll just go round and round. We'll do it a few times as a bit of a verse as well. If you have got your sheets, the lyrics are on the next sheet, but if you just want to strum your uke, you don't even have to look at that page. Just keep strumming the same 3 chords. And don't worry, something more interesting in the next song, I promise. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, D minor 7, G7, C major 7, D. Oh, I forgot to show you one thing. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. For those that are a little bit more advanced, if you just want to introduce a little bit more interest in the choruses, what you can do is a couple of extra inversions. So on the chorus, if you wanted to, you could do a D minor 7 at the 5th fret, which is just barring the whole of the 5th fret. You could do a G7 here at frets 3 and 5. It looks like you've taken your normal G7, you've taken it up 2 measures, and then stretched it out like this. Hi Indrani, hope you're doing well. Happy birthday for the other day. So D minor 7, G7, and then back to C major 7. Okay, I'll do that again. D minor 7, G7, looks like this G7 moved up and stretched out, and then C major 7. So I quite like doing that on the chorus. Yeah, maybe all I need. Okay. Hi James. So if you just want to have an experiment with that, you can do that in the choruses. We call those chord inversions. The same notes, just in different places up the fretboard to make it more interesting. I thought I'd just show you that, because if you're a bit more advanced, you might get bored of the same 3 chords over and over. If in doubt, just strum these. Here we go. Right, I will do it this time, I promise. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor 7, G7, C major 7. Just keep that going round. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Still some covers, shed some skin. Clouds are shrouded with sin moments unforgettable. You twist the fits and all I'm in. But things just get so crazy. Living life gets hard to do. I would gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew someday it would lead me back to you. Someday it would lead me back to you. That may be all I need. In the darkness, she is all I see. Come rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. Take it down a bit. Fingers trace your every outline. I paint a picture with my hands. And back and forth we sway like branches in a storm. Change the weather, still together when it ends. That may be all I need. In the darkness, she is all I see. Come rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, I never want to leave. Take a solo, guys. Go on, give it a go. Or just strum with me. Really feel those 2 5-1s. Keep it going. I'm gonna try some inversions. See the slightly different sound. Back to normal. Then get ready to come back in after one more. Here we go, another verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. But things get so crazy, life gets hard to do. Sunday morning rain is falling, I'm calling out to you, singing someday it'll bring me back to you. Oh yeah. Find a way of bringing myself back home to you. All I need. In darkness, she is all I see. Come rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning. Driving slow, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Come rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, where I wanna be. There's a flower in your hair. I'm a flower in your hair. Oh yeah. Oh. Let's do one more. There we go. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. So isn't that great? I mean, I like I say, I'm not a massive fan of Maroon 5. And I found that really hard to sing. I'm so sorry I was wailing away. But it just goes to show the power of the 2-5-1. The fact that you can base an entire song just off those chord combinations is quite amazing. And then a little bit later, sorry, just tune up a second. My uke's got very hot, so it's gone out of tune. And a little bit later, what we'll do is we'll see how you can play that in a jazz context. And we're going to do a beautiful rendition of Autumn Leaves, which is really, really lovely. So, oh, Barbara, yeah, it can be a little bit tricky, that that pinky stretch, can't it, on that D minor 7. So let's have a look at a couple of things that could help with that. Because Charlotte's solidarity, Charlotte's with you, Barbara. So let's have a look and see what we can do. Okay, let me come in on close camera. I'll shift that around a bit. There we go. Okay. All right. So a couple of things really. To get this little finger in here, make sure that these 3 fingers are as far over to the right as possible. So this finger wants to be actually right up against that metal fret. The further it is back this way, the more likely you are to get a buzz. And the more likely it is to be a stretch. And then these 2 as well. So that makes it not quite so tricky to get in. Keep that wrist nice and straight. If it's like this, it makes this a bit more of a reach. Can you see how when I straighten my wrist, that finger drops down a lot more easier than when it's out here? So wrist straight as much as possible as you can. Nice circle on the back as well, so that you can see the daylight. Can take a bit of practice. What you could do is a bit of an exercise to get that little finger to work. It's just practice putting it down from, if you put your finger in a C7 position, then just practice adding it here to that fret. Then next, see if you can stretch up to the 4th and 5. And this is a really nice, sweet exercise. For stretching that little finger out. You can try it on different strings as well. So that should help as well. Now the good news is, if you think about it, the importance is we've got a 2, a 5 and a 1. And the reason we're doing those extended chords is just to give them a little bit more lushness of that 7th. But to be honest, if you absolutely really struggle with that C, you could even get away with tonight each one of those D minors, just doing a normal D minor rather than a full D minor. Still sounds great though. You are all I need. So don't sweat it too much, but see if keeping that wrist straight and those exercises will help. Every little helps, and then practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect as we go. So, oh great, that's good to hear. Yay! Fantastic. Oh man, that's brilliant. I love it when a plan comes together. Fantastic. Okay then guys, let's have a look at our next song. Now this one, things get a little bit more interesting, and I absolutely love this song. I think it's a bit of a kind of a, not a hidden gem, because it was a hit, but he wasn't as famous as he should have been, I think, Todd Rundgren. So, Rundgren even, I don't know why I'm calling him Rundgren, that's a new one. Let's bring these sheets up a sec, just move it over. It's doing that thing where it's resizing itself for no apparent reason. Doesn't stay there. Okay. All right. And let's see if we can find the right page. Here we go. Fantastic. That was the one we've just done. One more. Here we go. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so this is a beautiful song by Todd Rundgren. I Saw the Light. Just absolutely brilliant. Now, let's have a look. It might not be quite so apparent as 2-5-1s because there's lots of other stuff going on in this one. And really, there's not many ones until you get right to the end. But if you have a look at that intro, look, we've got the 2-5 of the 2-5-1 over and over. And then on the verse, we've got 2-5, 2-5, 2-5-1 at the end there with a cheeky little E minor. And in fact, that verse, if I was to play those chords, look, in that exact order, it is the starter. Everybody is filled with jealousy when they see you up with me. It really is. He's nicked the chords from Honeysuckle Rose, but or he's taken that classic 2-5-1 combination. But it just goes to show how classic this is. And interestingly, this isn't planned at all, but to even show how prevalent it is, we'll come back to this much later. But if we have a look at our last song tonight, The People's Choice, this one was chosen by you, so this wasn't even chosen by me. I had no involvement in this whatsoever, because Karen picks the songs that we're going to do for the People's Choice, and then you decide which one. And then I was playing through this in preparation. Look at this fourth line, D minor 7 G. See at the end, look familiar? So even a song that I hadn't planned has a 2-5-1 in it, in the exact key we're doing tonight. How cool is that? It shows how prevalent it is. Fantastic. Okay, let's go back to this one. Okay, here we go. Fantastic. So this one starts with those 2-5-1s again. Okay, and we're going to do a slightly different strum pattern here. Nothing too kind of crazy or unfamiliar. We're going to do down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, like this. If you're into thinking phonetically, that's walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. So if we were to put that introduction together, remember, like I was saying to Barbara and Charlotte, if you struggle with this D minor 7, you can get away with just a D minor. The other thing I want you to notice on this one is that we're not going to a G7, which is a little bit easier from a D minor. We are going to a full G major. And that's really important because it changes the flavour of that 2 chord slightly from being a kind of a bluesy sounding dominant 7th to a pop-tastic major chord. Like that. In fact, just practice that round with me again from D minor 7 to G7. We'll keep that going round. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk. Yeah, fantastic. Again, fascinating facts in the background, really fascinating. I didn't realise how shy or kind of shunning of the music business that Todd Rundgren was. Apparently when he was inducted to the Hall of Fame, he refused to go, saying that rock and roll shouldn't be about personalities and competition, it should be about kind of inspiration, which I think is really, really cool actually. And this song's from his 1972 album, Something Anything, which is a great album if you haven't listened to it all the way through. And just to sow those little kind of serendipity moments through, Todd Rundgren was neighbours with Carole King, who we did a special about a few weeks ago, her Tapestry album. So there we go. They're all interlinked, aren't they? A lot of these 60s and 70s songwriters, which is really interesting. So let's have a look at a first proper verse then. So we have that combination 3 times. 1, 2. Sorry, I'm going to do it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then we finally have the 1 chord at the end here. Now notice it changes then to an E minor 7, the 3 chord. Now that's just Todd Rundgren adding a little bit of interest, because in jazz music the 1 chord is often swapped out for the 3 chord because it's only 1 note difference. Look at this, C major 7, E minor 7. There's only 1 note difference. E minor 7 just looks like a G chord without your 3rd finger, or you can think of it a little bit like an E7 chord without that finger. But because we're coming from this chord, I like to think of it just like a C major 7. But we've got this note added down, okay? So that's a lovely E minor 7. And it just adds like a touch of change at the end of verse A. So if I put the whole of verse A together, come in with me after 4, 2, 3, 4, D minor 7, G, D minor, you can do a normal D minor, G, one more, C major 7, then just add that finger for E minor 7. Fantastic. Then we go almost the same for verse B, starts the same look. Still got 3 lots of this. Still goes to the G chord, the C chord I mean, but this time, instead of an E minor 7, we have that C7. That's really interesting. And these are the kind of things that I really want to soak up from Kanikapila live, the live ukulele jams that we do. It's really to get a feeling of the function of these chords. Whenever we play a dominant 7th chord, and all a dominant 7th chord just means a letter, say C, with a 7 after it, C7, i.e. not a C major 7 or a C minor 7. As long as it just says C and 7, that's a C dominant 7. And dominant 7th chords, they always want to resolve to a chord that they're 5 above. Well, C7 is 5 above F, which starts the next chorus. Don't believe me? Let's count up from F. F, G, A, B flat, C. So C7 is 5 above that F chord. So it makes you want to go to an F chord, which is super clever. And you really feel it. If I play that last line of verse B, here feels settled, but that chord leads you off somewhere, doesn't it? And it wants to go to a form of F chord. We're going to do an F major 7. You can scribble this in on your sheets, it's dead easy. 5-5-0-0 from nose to toes. I put my middle 2 fingers on the G and the C strings at the 5th fret, nothing on the E and A strings. This is one of my favourite chords on the ukulele. Isn't that really wistful and beautiful? There are various ways. You can also play an F major 7 like this, which is a real stretch and really uncomfortable. You can also play it like this as well. Lots of different ways of playing it. But I really love this simple 5-5-0-0. Okay, so the chorus, we start with that one. Then we go back to E minor 7 that I was showing you. You can write that down as 0-2-0-2 if you want to make a note. Just a bog standard A minor then. A D7, and I like to do a Hawaiian D7 because it's easy from A minor like that. Then we're back to our 2-5-1 combination. You could just do a normal D minor, G and C. Then we do one more 2. One more 1, one more 2. There we go. Let's try, just so you can give it one go before we do the whole song. Let's try verse B, just so you can get a feel of how it works. So verse B into a chorus, just so you can hear how it sounds for when you're strumming along. So this one, verse B into this one. Let's give it a go. So come in after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We walked along, and I knew that there was something wrong, and a feeling hit me oh so strong about you. Though we had our fling, I would never suspect a thing till that little bell began to ring in my head, in my head. There you go. interestingly, I sung completely the wrong words. I sung the verse lyrics over the chorus, but it just goes to show they're so formulaic that it worked, didn't it? It sounded okay. It's completely the wrong thing to sing, but it sounded okay. Just goes to show. And interestingly, talking about the formulaic thing, to spare my blushes, Todd Rundgren said that he wrote this song in 20 minutes. And that's kind of an excuse for some of the cheesy lyrics. So he said, you know, there's some really cheesy rhyming. It was late last night, something wasn't right, another soul in sight, only you. Gazed up to me, it was plain to see. It was like, you know, it's all a bit kind of ABC rhyming, and that's because he wrote it in 20 minutes. And he wanted this to be quite a throwaway kind of pop song, which is quite interesting. So yeah. That's all right, Androni. Remember, you've got to practice, practice, practice. So really work on that little exercise I did. Try and get it right up to the fret if you can. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, really nice. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, absolutely, Charlotte. It's quite an interesting chord, isn't it? It kind of sounds quite floaty and unresolved. I find it really, really beautiful. And like you say, it's 2 high notes, followed by 2. So you've got 2 low notes in the middle and 2 high notes on the outside. So really beautiful. Sounds lovely on low G with a low C note up there as well, which is lovely. But yeah, isn't it? It's such a beautiful chord combination. Really, really gorgeous. Now that's basically it in terms of the song. We've got the 2-5-2-5 for the intro, verse A, verse B, almost identical apart from the last chord. And then we have that chorus. And the structure of it is quite simple. It just goes verse A, verse B, chorus. Then it goes verse A, verse B, chorus. Then we have an instrumental. We're going to do verse B instrumentally and then a verse B lyrically. And I thought that's weird. I thought maybe it would be a verse A on the instrumental, then verse B. But this is how he plays it. This bit here is verse B instrumentally and then verse B again with lyrics and then a final chorus. Now, because this one's in the key of C, I think they might all be in the key of C tonight. I didn't do that on purpose, but because it is, you can use that pentatonic scale again to solo. So that's open A, all of your dots, open E, all of your dots on this string, apart from avoid that 7th, go to the 8th. And you can also do off 2 on the C string, off 3, off 3. All right, so have a little experiment. On this one, he just does like a, I can't quite remember, but it's quite a sweeping. It's just like a couple of notes, something really, really simple. So don't feel you have to go kind of too crazy on this. You could do... turn that down a little bit for the next song. It's a little bit too loud, wasn't it? So there you go, just to have a little play around on the instrumental if you'd like to with a solo. If not, just strum another verse with me and you'll be fine. And I really want you to soak up those 2, 5, 2, 5, delay gratification, 2, 5, and then the resolution. Really lovely, isn't it? Really beautiful song. Just going to take a quick sip of Coca-Cola. Don't let my doctor see this. I'm not meant to drink it for my heart. But I didn't sleep very well last night, so I need the caffeine. Okay, here we go. I went on a 12-mile walk yesterday, which seems like a really good thing to do, but I could barely walk when I woke up this morning. I was so achy. Right, anyway, enough of my toils and problems. Here we go. From the top, follow it along with me. I'll stay on close count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now verse 1. It was late last night. I was feeling that something went right. There was not another soul inside. I saw the light in your eyes, in your eyes. Though we had our fling, I would never suspect a thing till that little bell began to ring in my head. But I tried to run, though do you know what, guys? I just realised, I'm ever so sorry, I just realised I think there's an error, and I think this is entirely my fault. I think at the end of these verse A and verse B's, I think those last two chords are played twice. Because I think with the lyric, it's in your eyes, in your eyes. I think they're played twice. So let's do that. At the end of verse A, let's repeat the last two chords, and the same with verse B. I think it's needed. Let me try. Let me just make sure I've got it. Yeah, I think it's just on verse A. I'm so sorry, guys. On verse A, let's just repeat that C major 7, E minor 7. So sorry, guys. Do it. I think as I was singing it, I think it needs that. So verse A, just repeat the C major 7, E minor 7. You'll get it. You'll see what I mean. Let's try it from the top. So sorry, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. It was late last night, I was feeling something wasn't right. There was not another soul inside, only you, yeah, only you. That's it. So we walked along, though I knew that there was something wrong. And a feeling hit me up so strong about you. Chorus. Then it gets up at me, and the answer was plain to see, 'cause I saw the light in your eyes, in your eyes. Though we had our fling, I just never would suspect a thing till that little bell began to ring in my head. Repeat, in my head. But I tried to run, though I knew that it would help me numb, 'cause I could never love no one. So I said, chorus, 'cause my feelings for you were just something I never knew, till I saw the lights in your eyes, in your eyes. Take a solo. Go on, hit those notes. Get ready to come back in. Verse B. But I love you best. It's not something that I say in jest, 'cause you're different, girl, from all the rest. In my eyes, and I ran up with fantastic. It's funny, isn't it, the fact that he sings about that you could see the light in his eyes, considering I don't think I've ever seen him not wearing sunglasses. There we go, and there's a great picture of him from Astor there. Absolutely brilliant. I just think that's a really beautiful song. Sorry about mucking up those chords a bit. I'm not quite sure. I can't quite remember whether those chords repeat or not at the end, but let's go for it anyway. Really beautiful chords, aren't they? Just really luscious, even though it's just that really common chord progression, 2-5-2-5-1. It's just absolutely brilliant. So let's take a quick wee break, just 5 minutes, and then we'll have a look at a proper jazz song. I'll see if I can bring a couple of things on screen. Now it seems to be working. There's my picture from earlier for you. There we go. I think it's gonna load this time. Hopefully it hasn't sent everything to spare. Apparently my computer really doesn't like this picture, so there we go. So a couple of things to tell you about. There it is. There's a few more clouds in the sky now, but isn't that beautiful? I took that just 10 minutes before we started Kanikapila. I just wanted to show you guys the roses in bloom. There's some really beautiful planting around the site here, which is really lovely. Where I work, it's kind of like old units on a farm. So this used to be an old dairy farm, hence the name of our tea rooms here, the old dairy tea rooms. And there's loads of kind of like old working parts from the farm and stuff, but it's lovely. Some of the planting around here is gorgeous, and the swallows are swooping around on the pond outside, and the swifts as well are screaming as they go past. But I love the sound of a swift scream. And a minute ago we had a red kite fly past, so I love this time of year. It's just so lovely. Oh, hi Asia, not seen you in a while. I hope you are keeping well and in Fandabidozi over there. So that's it. You might have to give it a rest afterwards, Charlotte. Put it on ice afterwards. It's a good thing to do though, isn't it? Great practice. So yeah, fantastic. So a couple of things to tell you about coming up. I'm away in France next week, which is very exciting. Hi Karen, by the way. So yeah, super exciting. We're going to France to visit a very dear friend who may or may not be around here tonight, and then I'm taking we're taking the kids down to Paris, and we're going to take them to Euro Disney for a day as well. They don't know, it's a surprise. So I'm off next week, so the next live lesson is going to be at the start of June, so I'll bring it on the screen for you. So this one, oh, I've got the wrong date on there, haven't I? I think, have I got the wrong date? Yeah, that's the old flyer. I think somewhere I've got the one with the correct date on, but it's going to be June. This one, where is it? Let's see if I can find it. I might have to find it on my phone and bring it up. Let me see. Find the correct one. I'll just find the date on my phone anyway. So yeah. Oh, tempting, Fran. Tempting. Fran's just asking if I want a nanny for France. Let me just quickly check the date of the next live lesson for you, just to make sure I've got it right. Okay, so it's going to be June the 12th is the next live lesson. I'll see if I can bring up the poster for it for you. So June the 12th, and I'm really excited because it's been a while since I did one. I wonder if I've got the date wrong on all the posters, because that seems to be wrong as well. But it's definitely June the 12th anyway. I think I put the date wrong on the flyer, so I'll have to change that over. And yeah, it's been a while since we've done a claw hammer workshop, which I'm really excited about. And they're always really popular. People love doing claw hammer. It's that kind of old time way of playing. I'll show you in a second. Let me just bring this back up. So we're back to close cam. Yeah, cool. But June the 12th, the next live lesson. And of course, we won't have a Kanikapila next week as well, because I'll be away, but we're back the week after. If you're ever not sure of what's coming up, you can either log on to my app, which I've got available for all Apple users. It'll be on Android in the next 2 weeks, I've been promised. Or if you go on the website, all the details are there of the next live lesson and the Kanikapila. And then really helpfully, in fact, so helpful, I was just going to reference her, Karen, who helps with a Facebook group, she has a calendar which she updates with all the things that are happening. So basically, this is the correct thing that we're going to be doing, but just read June the 12th rather than May the 29th. I obviously forgot I was in France when I made this poster up. Claw hammer's that kind of really cool kind of, let me just see if I can pull this round, there we go. That kind of way where we have all these bum ditties. Which is a really exciting way of playing, and we're going to have a look at this really beautiful. Something like that. I haven't got the music in front of me. But yeah, I'm going to teach you how to play it claw hammer style, which is really exciting because I love teaching claw hammer. It's one of my absolute favourite things. And then just a couple of other things to tell you about. We've got a new jazz and blues lesson up. So last week I went through the piece All the Things You Are, which in my opinion is possibly the best jazz song ever written by Jerome Kern. Absolutely love this song. And I did a tutorial with the chords this week, last week even, and then this week we're going to do a really beautiful chord melody version, lovely kind of really kind of mellow, beautiful way of playing All the Things You Are, which I'm excited about. And there's a couple of new baritone lessons on there as well. So there we go. And I'm going to be doing some more courses after I finish with the festival in August. So keep an eye out for that. Loads more to come from jazz and blues and baritone, but when those are finished, I'm going to do probably about 30 lessons. So still plenty to come. I've got a couple of new courses on the way. You can find it all at mattsteadukulele.com. I think most of you are members there already, so I won't nag you about joining up, but it's well worth it if you haven't already. £10 a month gets you all the worksheets for the fortnightly lessons, over 70 tab arrangements. You can send me videos, you can ask me questions when you want via the app, and there are 9 sequential courses with hundreds of hours of learning. So there, I did do the sale, whether I should have done or not. Okay, right, back to the pieces. Now we're going to go proper jazzy. And we're going to do one of the all-time classic pieces of jazz, Autumn Leaves. Again, it's well worth reading Karen's fascinating facts in the back about this one, because this is a particularly fascinating song, I think. I used to do this at my concerts, and I used to say it's a song that was written by a Hungarian, not Bulgarian. It's written by a Hungarian with lyrics in French, and then it was made famous by an American. So it's a really international song. So the original writer, where's my notes? Joseph Kosma was the original writer. He was from Hungarian descent. And then in the 40s, I think it was, or it might be in very end of the 30s, early 40s, Jacques Prévert, I'm probably saying that horribly wrong, Esther, and you can tell me off next week. He put French lyrics to it, and the French lyrics are actually slightly darker and a lot longer. And then later on, I think it was early 60s, end of 50s, Johnny Mercer, that wrote Moon River, put the lyrics to Moon River as well as many, many really famous Hollywood musical pieces. He wrote lyrics for it in English, which are the ones that we perform now. But interestingly, the English lyrics are only 2 verses long, whereas the French ones, there's many, many more verses, and it's a lot more involved and slightly darker as well. So I think, again, Esther, you can tell me off, and please do. I think the French title means dead leaves, doesn't it? Les feuilles mortes? I can't. can't pronounce it. I'm going to be hopeless next week. And then Johnny Mercer made it a bit lighter with Autumn Leaves and made it basically a kind of a wistful but sad love song. Now, this is really interesting because this song uses what we call modulation. Funny enough, similar to All the Things You Are that we were doing on the jazz and blues course. Modulation is where we still call the overall key of a song one particular key. So this one, you can think of it as A minor, but then it modulates between the key center, the chords being based in one key, and then the chords being based in another key. They don't write it out with a new treble clef and stuff, but it's just kind of you just kind of hinted at through the chords. So in Autumn Leaves, we have a 2-5-1 in the key of C. Well, guess what? You know how to play that, right? You've had plenty of practice. D minor 7. We're back to a G7 in this one. And then C major 7. Oh no, Indrani, you'll be fine with clawhammer. I promise I'll go nice and slow. All right. Now, at the end of this 2-5-1, 2-5-1, notice we've got that F major 7 that came in I Saw the Light. Beautiful sounding chord, okay? That's really, really common to come up after a 2-5-1. It's the 4 chord in the key of C. And remember, if you've done my Kanikapila before, which most of you have, the 4 chord is all about adding a feeling of change to a piece. So that 4 chord just makes it feel like it wants to go somewhere, in effect. All right, so we've got a D minor 7, followed by G7, C major 7, then we go up to that 5-5-0-0. Isn't that beautiful? Then it's really interesting, when we get to this second line, we have a 2-5-1 in the key of A minor, so it's another 2-5-1. If you think about the key of A minor having the same chords as the key of C, but starting from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, we call it the relative minor to the major. So the key of A minor is C major's relative minor. And in the key of A is 1 obviously. So that B chord that we start off with is 2. The E chord is 5, A, B, C, D, E. And then the A chord is 1. So here we've got a 2-5-1 in a minor key. And whenever we do a 2-5-1 in a minor key, that 2 chord we tend to play as a half diminished chord. If you're really, isn't it lovely? If you're really into your kind of theory, a half diminished chord is a chord with a first, a flatted third, like a minor third, a flatted fifth, and a flat 7. So we call that a half diminished. The reason it's called a half diminished, not a full diminished, and don't worry if this is all too much, just let it go over your head and I'll just show you how to play the chord. But a full diminished will have a first, a flatted third, a flatted fifth, and a double flat 7. So the chord is the note is a whole step lower than it should be. So half diminished. And a half diminished can be written out lots of different ways. You can see it with a circle, with a slash running through it. Sometimes it's literally just written half dim. Or it can also be written as minor 7 flat 5. And it all means the same thing. It's a half diminished chord. Now, it sounds intimidating, right? a B minor 7 flat 5 or a B half diminished. But actually, it's not that hard to play. You know that D minor 7 we were playing a minute ago? Well, all we do is we do that shape, but the little finger comes back to the 2nd fret of the A string. It's a bit of a squish, I know, you've got to really squish that little finger back. But that's it. Or you can think of it as a D minor chord with this B note here, 2nd fret of the A string added. A really lovely one. After that, we go to E7. Now, you can either just rearrange all your fingers to this shape, or because we're coming from this chord, you can just take this finger off and pull that one back. Okay, lovely way to get to E7. 7. Look at that. I just move those back. Out of habit, I tend to just rearrange just because I'm used to playing E7 like that. But that's what we've got, okay? So B half diminished, E7, and then A minor 7. No fingers at all, okay? We're just going to do a simple jazz comp for this one. A jazz comp is where we just strum really strongly on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to make it sound more mellow, you could use your thumb for the down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Or if you want to really add a really touch of beauty, I like to do the first beat with my thumb and then the other 3 with my nails. Okay. Or if you like, you can do thumb, strum, thumb, strum. It's another nice way of doing it. But just keep it slow, just slow, simple down strums. That would make the verse like this. The falling leaves, G7, drift by the window, F major 7, those autumn leaves, E7, of red and gold. Second verse, we just do exactly the same thing again. I see your lips, 2, 5. Those summer kisses, 4. Those sunburned hands, 2, 5. I used to hold. Isn't that really lovely? Then in the next bit, the next verse, you could think about this as the bridge. These two I could have written out as bridge, but I've just called it another verse, all right? If you want to refer to those as the bridge, absolutely fine, not a problem. I think in the lyric sheet I put bridge for some reason, but there I put verse, but yeah. Anyway, when we go to the next bit, it changes slightly, but it's not that different because if you have a look, it's like we're using building blocks. So here we have the minor 251 starting instead of the major, followed by the major 251. Same chords, just switched over. And then the next bit, we have the minor again, and then another minor, so no major at all in this. And that's it. So basically, major 251, minor 251, major 251, minor 251, minor 251, major 251, minor 251, minor 251. So basically, once you start a progression, just follow it through. And as long as you start on the first chord, the right one, you'll be absolutely fine. The only changes here in this last verse, there's a little A diminished 7. And we've put that in just to remind you because it's a chord we've not done tonight. Looks like this. Think of it as a G major chord moved up towards your nose. And then we've added our little finger down here. So G7 chord moved up here, and then we've added our little finger. Okay. You can actually leave that one out and just stay on A minor if you want, and it will work. But it just adds a kind of a touch of something. So what I'll do, I'll go from the bridge or this verse here, so you can see and hear how this sounds. It's the Since You Went Away. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. Next one. Still I miss you most of all, my darling. Here's the diminished. When autumn leaves start to fall. Okay, Isn't that lovely? Really nice, really good. Yeah, there's a couple of pickup notes that you'll sing before you get into it. You can almost think about it as ending the last box. So you don't alter what you strum, Karen, but you'd sing it. So when I go to the bridge, you come in on the word away, since you went. Okay, but don't worry, because you will still be strumming the chord you finished from that verse at that time. So you don't have to do anything, just follow the boxes and you'll be fine. But just so you can see those pickup notes, yeah, that's what's happening basically. Now this one, we're still in the key of C stroke A minor, so you can still use the same A minor pentatonic as earlier. I think a really nice thing to do on this one is to jazz it up a bit as well. So you know how when we do our pentatonics, we've got these kind of, you can almost think of them as rectangles, right? Like 3, 5, 3, 5. Try filling in the notes in between. Just to kind of add a little bit of variety. So I'll do my pentatonics, but sometimes I'll play the notes. We call them chromatic notes. In between those notes, and it gives it a jazzy feel. So you can still use your A minor pentatonic, but sometimes fill in those notes in between. As long as you resolve to a correct note, it will sound really beautiful and really sophisticated, and I love that sound. Some people even like to do what they call enveloping. So say you hit this note and you want it to go to this note. What you would do is before you play this note, you play the 2 notes either side. This is something Charlie Parker did all the time on his sax, like that, rather than just going. If I wanted to do it here, I could envelope that one. So again, just have a little play with some of these concepts because it can sound really sweet. Let me give you some examples. So. See how much nicer it sounds with those extra little notes? Went a little bit too brave at the end. It might have sounded a little bit messy, but you get the idea. It just kind of really creates a sense of drama, which is really, really beautiful. All right, let's go jazzy. You got this, guys. Remember, it's basically either this or it's this. All right, so just think it's major or minor and just follow it along. What we'll do is we'll do an instrumental verse just to get us going. All right, I love the improvising, Charlotte. I think it's what makes music come alive is when you add those kind of beautiful improvised touches. And I can't remember who quoted it, but there's a quote that says you're not really playing jazz until you do some improvisation, because really that's what separates it from other forms of popular music like ragtime. All right, let's give it a go. Here we go. I'll stay on close camera. Come even closer. Here we go. There we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor 7. G7. C major 7. F major 7. Minor 2, 5, 1. We're going to go back to the top. We're going to do this verse twice. The falling leaves drift by the window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. We're going to do exactly the same again from a D minor 7. I see your lips summer kisses, those sunburned hands I used to hold. Now a minor 2-5-1 for the bridge. Since you went away, 7. Those days grow long. Now major 2-5-1, and soon I'll hear old winter song. Next last verse. Still I miss you most of all, my darling, A diminished. When autumn leaves start to fall. Okay, take a solo, guys. 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. We're going to go round one more time. If you're strumming just the verse. Okay, bring your solo to an end, guys, and come back in with me after this chord. Here we go. Since you went away, the days grow long. D minor 7, and soon I'll hear oh, winter song. Next, last verse. Still I miss you most of all, my darling, diminished. When autumn leaves start to fall. Yeah, well done, guys. What a beautiful song, hey? Absolutely gorgeous. And this is how jazz music works. A lot of people think jazz music's really complex, and it can be, right? That I don't know if you saw my All the Things You Are, which is just my favourite jazz tune. That one is super complex because Jerome Kern uses like 5 key changes in the first page. But generally, even what looks and sounds like sophisticated jazz is quite simple. You might look at this and you might think, well, major 7s and half diminished and all that. But actually, look at the structure. 2-5-1 in a major key, C, 2-5-1 in A minor, 2-5-1 in A minor, 2-5-1 in C, 2-5-1 in A minor, 2-5-1 in A minor. So it really kind of, it really can be quite simple, even though it sounds much more complex. Yeah, well done, Barbara. That's amazing. Fantastic. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. It's a great one to solo over. If you ever want to practice your A minor pentatonic scale and you want to have a go at that, you'll find loads of backing tunes on YouTube. So just look up Autumn Leaves A minor and you'll be able to play along and solo. It's one of my favourite ways of practicing my soloing. Just put it on a YouTube backing track and noodle away. I can lose like 45 minutes just on one solo, just enjoying it. Yeah, baby. Love it. Oh, amazing, fabulous. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that. Let us know if you enjoyed that. Really nice to know. And don't forget, if you can, just to help out before we do our last song, if you could help out with the algorithms, if you could like the YouTube video, not the comments, the actual YouTube video itself, it just helps YouTube pick up the algorithm, which is really helpful. You can send me tips if you want. I've got my details here, and there's details in the description as well. Or the best way to support me if you enjoy my stuff is to come and join the site as a member. And if you can't do that and you want to help out, just spread word of mouth. Every little nice, happy comment about my teaching means the world to me, and it really helps people discover me. So thank you guys. You're like my pacifist, happy, joyful army. And I really, really appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you guys. Okay. Yeah, totally. That's it. But don't forget the power of YouTube, Charlotte. Honestly, I can spend hours just doing backing vocal and backing tracks on YouTube. They're so much fun and so much so good to do. Yeah, Eva Cassidy does a lovely version of this. I'll tell you what, if you enjoy ukulele, have a listen to Sarah and Craig's version. Sarah Maisel and Craig Chi. They do a beautiful kind of version of this record. And in fact, actually playing with Sarah and Craig on stage is what kind of really led me down the Kanikapila route. I remember getting up on stage with Sarah and Craig many years ago, one of the first times they came over to the UK, and they invited me on stage to play with them and do a solo on this. And I completely panicked because I was like, oh my gosh, all the chords and stuff. And then afterwards, Craig said, it's just a 2-5-1. Just do 2-5-1 major and 2-5-1 minor. I was like, I've got to sort myself out. I've got to work out how this works. And I went away and taught myself to play off by heart, which is what I like to get you guys doing. And it really gave me the confidence. And then the next time I went on stage with them, I didn't make a complete hash of it, which was good. So, you know, it's those good things they kind of push you on, don't they? There's that lovely story, isn't there, of Charlie Parker, where the first time he went on stage, he absolutely died, and people booed, and the drummer allegedly threw a cymbal at his head, and that was what convinced him he needed to go away and practice and work on his trade. And when he came back, he was like the best jazz player out there, wasn't he? So yeah, I know that version, Fran. That's a beautiful version. Yeah, I've got all Lyle Ritz's books. Absolutely brilliant one, that one. Oh, you should post a video of it. When you get it done, post a video on the Facebook group, Fran. I'd love to hear that. Even if it's just a work in progress, because it's super. I love Lyle Ritz arrangements. I used to do that one, what is it? Trying to remember it now. That's it. Don't get around much anymore. That's Lyle Ritz's version. He was such an amazing player. If any of you haven't heard of Lyle Ritz, he was an incredible ukulele player. In fact, just an incredible musician. And in the 50s and 60s, he released a couple of albums. One called 50th State Jazz, and the other one was, it's a play on uke, isn't it? It's like uke play. Oh, I can't quite remember. But yeah, there's a couple of uke, oh, something like that. But they're well worth checking out. He was an amazing musician, as well as being a brilliant ukulele player. He played bass and a little bit of ukulele on Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, which is one of my favourite albums of all time. So check him out, Lyle Ritz. There's another album that he did live with Herb Otter called A Night of Jazz, which was recorded at McCabe's, I think it was. Really worth checking out. So yeah, it's brilliant. So oh, thanks. I love that one. I can't play it all the way through anymore. I used to know it off by heart, but it's been a few years. I got really obsessed with Lyle Ritz for a while. I loved his stuff. It was so cool. So yeah. All right, guys, let's do one more then. That was it, Barbara. Don't get round much anymore. It's cool. It's I think it was Duke Ellington, wasn't it, who wrote that? I think, if I got that right. Anyway, let's do one more song for tonight. So this one's The Rhythm of the Rain. So every week, Karen will go on the Facebook group and she'll create a poll, and she'll pick 2 or 3 or 4 songs from the Kanikapila Vaults, And then you guys get to vote for which one you want to do this week. And it's completely, I generally don't get involved. Sometimes I vote by accident because I can't resist. And I think that sometimes leads people, so I'm trying not to do it anymore. So it's completely up to you what we do. I'd like you guys to decide. And tonight you decided to do this beautiful song that we did by the Cascades, Rhythm of the Rain, which I think is a brilliant, brilliant pop song. But like I said at the start, notice it's only just there, but notice that 2-5-1 has crept in the bridge. So even in a 60s pop song, we've got a 2-5-1 combination, which is really, really great. Let me move some of this stuff. So this one was 1962, this one, and it was written by the guitarist, is it Claude Gunno? I can never pronounce it. But he was serving in the army, and he was on a boat on the way to Japan, and there was torrential downpour on the steel work of the boat, and it made him think about the rain and the rhythm of it, and he came up with this beautiful song, Rhythm of the Rain. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous kind of early, almost quite Motown-esque song, which I think is absolutely brilliant. The chords in it are really, really simple on this one. So if you found some of those 2-5-1s tricky, this only has one tiny 2-5-1 bit in it, but you'll be an expert of it now. The rest are just like 1 and 4s, just like CFs, A minors and stuff like that. Oh, thanks, Fran. I reckon you're going to love the All the Things You Are. So that's going to be a great one. If you like Lil Ritz, I think you really enjoyed that one. But yeah, get stuck in. It's going to be great. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Now, I think we're going to keep this with a simple calypso strum. Hi, Esther. Hope you're keeping well. I love that you've still got a reindeer in your avatar. Your reindeer knows nothing, by the way. Keeping the spirit of Christmas alive. I love it. It's brilliant. So, this one we're just going to do a simple calypso strum. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, like that. Nice and easy. Oh, thank you so much. And I really hope you get the printing sorted out for next time. I haven't got your name. It hasn't got your name on your avatar, but I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I really hope you enjoyed yourself. And hopefully we'll get that printing sorted for you. If you're still having trouble, just send me a message via the website or the app, and I'll see if I can sort it out for you. I'll scratch my head and see if I can work out what it can be, because I want you to be able to really print everything and enjoy it. But thank you, really appreciate that. Okay, so calypso strum is just a simple down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Or you can think of it as walk, running, and running, walk, running, and running. Now, people get really kind of het up on the calypso strum about those 2 ups, because you've got down, down, up. Then you've got another up, down, up. And remember my little tip of the windmill. If you do a little windmill after your first up, down, down, up, it kind of brings you back round for another up. I'll show you what I mean in slow motion. See that? Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up. And you can make the windmill smaller when you really get into it, just to help you. But it just helps keep that flow. If you really struggle with that, just up and down will be fine. You haven't got to do calypso. As long as you strum in time, just up and down, or even just down will be absolutely fine as well, no problem. All right. And if you do want to keep that rhythm, don't worry about ups and downs, as long as you're doing that's your calypso rhythm. All right, so don't sweat it too much. Now, chords, we're going to do simple C. 1 chord sets you off on a journey. 4 chord for change, always comes in, doesn't it, in the verses. And then back to the 1 chord, and then the 5 at the end just creates tension. The 5 chord, C, D, E, F, G. It's just all about creating tension, which makes you want to go back to the 1 chord. So 1, 4, 1, 5. Then almost the same again. 1, 4, and then a quick C, quick G, C and G and C. Okay, let's try it again. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. Okay, then we would do that round for another verse. Then the chorus starts with the 4 chord. Remember, the most common chord to start a new section is either the 4 chord, because the 4 chord is all about creating change, or we go to the relative minor, which would be A minor, and that just creates a little bit of melancholy. That's the 6 chord basically, and those are the 2 most common chords. So oh cool, Karen's got some hints on printing there. Thanks Karen, you're so good at these technical things. So we go to the 4 chord at the start of this bridge. Then we go to the 3 chord in E minor. Now remember, I've said this lots of times, and when we go to the 3 chord in any key, I like to think about it as the heartbreak chord. Every one of these numbers has a personality, 1 being your bedrock, 4 change, 5 tension. The 3 chord is heartbreak, it's all about sadness. And you really feel it when it goes to that E minor. The only girl I care about has gone away. Really sad, right? Back to 4, F. Looking for a brand new start. A minor, a touch of melancholy. Little does she know that when she left that day. Then we've got that 2-5-1. Along with her she took my heart. Really nice. Let's try a whole bridge. 2, 3, 4. The only girl I care about has gone away. Looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left there. What am I doing wrong there? I'm being daft, aren't I? Yeah, I didn't play a chord for long enough. Sorry, I do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. The only girl I care about has gone away. Looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left. What's going wrong here? Sorry guys, I'm missing out a chord, aren't I think? Got that right. Oh, do you know what I'm doing? I'm so sorry guys. You know I said I was tired at the start of this Kanikapila. I'm being really daft. I'm singing the words to the verse in the chorus. That's why it's not working. Let's try that again with the real words. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, I've gone completely nuts. Right, I'll try the chorus one more time, the bridge, but with the actual bridge words. 2, 3, 4. Rain, please now. Sorry. Rain, please tell me now. Does that seem fair? For her to steal my heart when she just don't care. I can't love another when my heart's somewhere far away. Yay! Got there in the end. That's twice I've sung a verse over a chorus tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me. Tiredness creeping in, I think. I'm ever so sorry, guys, but there you go. We've played it for you, know how that works now. Now, you'll be glad to know, and I'm glad to know, that that's it in terms of the chords. There's nothing more difficult than that. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. So yeah, that's the main bit. Now the only difference is at the end we've got an outro, and that's really easy. The outro just goes between the 1 chord and the relative minor, the 6 chord, for a touch of melancholy. So when we get to the very last chorus, oh listen, listen to the falling rain, we just strum between C and A minor. Listen, listen to the falling rain. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, listen to the falling rain. Pitter patter, pitter patter. So when we get to the outro, that's just that C A minor. Otherwise, dead easy. Now, I promise I didn't do this on purpose because I like to mix it up a bit, but every song tonight has been in the key of C. Thanks, Sherry. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Sorry for my daft moments tonight. I think my brain went kaput in a couple of places. So hopefully, like you say, you got some interesting information anyway, so that's all good. Because we're still in a key of C, you can still do that pentatonic scale. So really great. If you wanted to, you could do a few of those in-between notes like you did for Autumn Leaves. But because this is kind of quite pop-tastic, I would keep this relatively simple personally and just do some simple pentatonics. Have a noodle basically. So when we do that, and for the instrumental, we're going to do a verse and a bridge. So one of these and one of these instrumentally. But hopefully you guys will be noodling away anyway, so that would be great. Thanks, John. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Really good to see you. I'm glad you got online and everything. It's fantastic. So yeah, we'll catch up for that cuppa soon, mate. All right, let's have a go right from the top. Let's do the verse one as an instrumental, and then we'll do the verses. And I promise I'll sing it in the right order. Okay, let me come in and close, Cam, so you can follow my fingers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. Same again. The only girl I care about has gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. Bridge. Rain, please tell me now, does that seem fair? For her to steal my heart away when she don't care. I can't love another when my heart's somewhere far away. Another verse. The only girl I care about is gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. Bridge enough. Rain, please tell her that I love her so. Rain, please ask the sun to heart her glow. Rain in her heart and let the love we used start to grow. Take an instrumental. 2, 3, 4. Try soloing any of those pentatonics. Keep it going whilst I do a bridge. Get ready to come back in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. Now the outro. Oh, listen to the falling rain, pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, listen to the falling rain, pitter patter, pitter patter. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, pitter to the falling rain. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Yeah, well done, guys. I love that last bit of that pitter. I should say pitter patter, shouldn't I? Not pitter patter. I remember getting in trouble at school, which is kind of funny because it's one of my favourite songs. There was a song. Does anyone remember this song? This is completely random. I'm just reminiscing now. I hope you don't mind. It was when I was at primary school. It used to go, any umbrella, what's it? Any umbrellas for sale today? And then it has that bit, pitter patter, pitter. Oh, how'd it go? Any umbrellas for sale today? Do 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 do, something like that. And then it had this section where the rain goes pitter patter patter, pitter patter patter. And I used to love the kind of onomatic kind of feel when the whole assembly, all the kids were going, all those, the sibilants of those T's, pitter patter patter, pitter patter patter, which is ironic because my teacher told me off because I used to go pitter patter patter, pitter patter patter. Anyway, sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this story. I must be tired and I've gone loopy. But there we go. I love the onomatopoeic sound of pitter patter. It's lovely. It's called exact same chords as the Rhythm of the Rain. I'm not sure, Barbara, but a lot of the late doo-wop and early kind of rhythm and blues stuff uses those chords. There's quite a lot of songs that use those same things. I was talking to Karen earlier when we had a lesson about Chuck Berry and the fact that basically every Chuck Berry song is the same. There's this brilliant Twitter post that someone did where he plays the first 5 seconds of about 15 or 16 Chuck Berry songs and they're all identical. It's amazing. But fair play. If I could play like Chuck Berry, I would be I would be quite over the moon. But yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of chords, isn't there? A lot of songs that use the same chords. I love it. And even, like I said, even that complex jazz, really, you're looking at 1 6 2 5s, 2 5 1s, and backwards around the circle of fifths combinations. It's just amazing, really, how formulaic it is, which is great. This puts me in mind of Girl Guides. Ah, nice, nice. What is that song? I can't catch the melody. Any umbrellas for sale today? Pitter patter patter, pitter patter patter, do 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 do. That's all I remember of it. I'm gonna have to Google it or something. I don't think anyone's made a Shazam app that will work with just singing yet, is it? You actually have to play the record. Any umbrellas for sale today? Does anyone else know that song? I'd love to know because it really takes me back. But yeah, I used to love singing that one. Anyway, I'll love you and leave you in a minute. I'll just stick around just for a minute just to see if there's any questions, anything big or small. Just let me know and I shall do my absolute bestest to answer. Remember, no live lessons next week because I'm away in France, but I'll be back in June, so we're going to do a Kanikapila in 2 weeks' time, and I'll also be back for the live lesson for the 12th of June. So, thanks, Angela. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it. So, yeah, cool. Sound of thunderstorm using our feet and hands. Oh, I love it. So I'm just going to see just quickly if I can show you something. So if you ever have any questions with any of your learning, but you're too embarrassed to ask in public, that sounds really weird, but I just mean if you're too shy to ask about your learning, but there's a question or like a problem with your playing that you need help with, I'm going to show you. If you go to you can download this on the iPhone now. It looks like this one here, Matstead Ukulele. I just want to show you because there's this really cool bit. If you click on More and click on Ask Matt, you have to be logged in with your account, and then you can send me a message, literally as easy as clicking there. And you can send me, how do I play? Whoops, ow. How do I play a G 7. Send that to me. Within a day or two, sometimes even sooner than that, I'll send you an answer. So if you've ever got any questions, just go to the app. It's by far the easiest way to do it. Log in if you're a member of the website. If you're not, you can join. You can join really easily. Just follow the links on the website. And there's a couple of other things. So there's a chord finder here as well. So if you get stuck with any of these chords and you can't remember the name of it, you can look them up. So look, that D minor 7. Where are we? Shows you how to play it. And it also will even show you how to play it up the fretboard, so you can see how to play it in different positions. There's also on here, if I go back, where are we? Done. There's also a ukulele tuner. So you can tune your ukulele before you get started, which is really cool. La 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 la. You can tune your ukulele, which is really good. Plus there's all the courses and everything, of course. There's all my courses there. You can take part in, you can watch the videos, find the content, find the one you're on. It'll give you the scores and the videos themselves. You can press play and bring them up on your phone. So it's worth having a look. This is the Apple version, which is available now, but we're really close now to the Android. Some issues. Google are a whole lot pickier about kind of really honestly bits I don't understand, aspects of coding and stuff like that, but it's really close to being sorted out now. We've got to do 2 more days of closed testing. We had to do 14 days and then we send it to production, so the Android version should be ready in the next couple of weeks hopefully, so that'll be really, really great. So yeah, exciting times with the app and stuff. So thank you, thanks Jenny, really appreciate it. Thanks Barbara, cool. All the things about the uke we're afraid to ask. Love it. Funny enough, seeing Indrani's there reminded me, because me, Indrani and Esther and Karen, who are the admins on the site, and they help produce these beautiful sheets that you see each week, that we were coming up with an idea to kind of have some challenges on my Facebook page, which is Uke Students Hangout on Facebook, and I'm going to create a load of badges. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a challenge, I think a fortnightly challenge, and it's not going to be down to the best player. It's not the best, all about playing technically. It'll be about the one that's most entertaining, the person who's made the most progress, person that's having the most fun. So it's not all going to be tough stuff, but we're going to set a challenge every couple of weeks, and a winner, I'm going to send them some button badges in the post with ukuleles and little quotes and things like that. So if you're interested, I'll be kind of sending links and how it all works after I get back from France. All right, but just keep an eye on the Facebook page if you haven't already, and then you can win yourself some really cool button badges. So yeah, we're trying to think of ways to kind of just keep everyone engaged on the Facebook page, because it's really nice to see new players on there and just seeing what you're all up to as well. So it's really good. So, cool. Thanks, Fran. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. That'd be excellent. Thank you. And thanks, Karen. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you. Brilliant, brilliant. So I won't be here next Monday, remember, but I'll be back the Monday after, and after that we'll be going straight through for quite a few weeks until July, when I get to my ukulele festival. So don't worry, after next week I'll be back, and we'll be doing back to regular stuff every 2 weeks for the live lesson and every week for Kanikapila. Right, I think I'm rambling, so I'm going to love you and leave you, and I think I need to go and get some sleep apparently. Since I keep getting things wrong, and hopefully I'll be fresher next week. I need to sleep like a daisy, I think. Take care, everyone. Thank you for all your support. Thanks for turning up and supporting and joining in the chat. Thank you, everyone. Much, much appreciated. I'll see you very soon. Take care, everyone, and you come.